Hello, Sage Creek Prepper. I'm Frank, back for another week. This week we're going to talk a little bit about water. We're going to talk a little bit about food so we can give you an idea of what I'm talking about. Okay, and we're going to dive right into this because it'll take a few minutes to get through it, and I try to keep these at 5 or 6 minutes. Number one, water. Most guidelines you're going to see out there is going to say you need a gallon of water to the person. That's food. The most likely number is about 3 gallons of water per day per person because you need not only the water to drink, the water to prepare food with, the water to wash with, etc., etc., brush your teeth, things like that. So, 1 gallon of water is not going to do that. It's going to be closer to 3 gallons of water a day. Also, it needs to be water. I'm not talking about tea or coffee or Coca-Colas. Those don't count. I'm talking about water. Okay. In hot weather, you're going to need more, probably. I would say in cool weather to cold weather, 3 is about as light as you're going to get. And think about the weight with that. Okay. Water weighs about 9 pounds to the gallon. So at 3 gallon, that's 27 pounds for one day. But you're talking about 3 days, so you're looking about 75 to 80 pounds of water. Also, okay, if you don't want to try that, there's some workarounds. Not as good as having your water ready, but they will get you through. One's called a life straw. It's a filter built into a straw, filters out 99.9% of the bad stuff. There's also a thing called water tablets or aqua tablets. They purify water. You can get water in a jug from a lake, a creek. Drop the pills in there. A few minutes later, your water's supposedly good to drink. But remember, you're drinking chemicals too. Now, if you're at home and you want to purify some of your own water, there's some really good canister filters out there. Patriot Pure is one, Purewell is another, Alexa Pure. Me and my wife has that one here at the house. And of course Berkey, which is the biggest name in purified water. But Berkey is very pricey. Me and my wife have an Alexa Pure. We've been thrilled to death with it. And that would be my suggestion. But still, it's not cheap. You're looking at roughly $200 to $250 for the Alexa Pure system, and then the filters. It holds 4. You can operate with 1 or 2, but a pair of them run about $70 for the filters. So when I'm talking about food, I'm talking about food that is light that you can take with you. Hopefully small enough that you can get it in your go bag, because I'd like for you to have everything together except for the water. But here's some suggestions, okay? Now, this is individual to each individual person, and you need to make your minds up what you're willing to do and what you're not willing to do. But right off the bat, I would suggest MREs, meals ready to eat. They're military surplus. They are good. I've ate a lot of them. And, I mean, are they like setting a home cooked meal? No, they're not. I'm not going to lie to you. But they're not really very bad at all. Now, me and my wife also have food from prepper organizations here at the house. We have stuff from My Prepper Supply. We have stuff from ReadyWise. There's also a company called Emergency Essentials, and there's a company called 4 Patriots. All these have very good emergency food that you don't have to. Only thing you have to do is rip the lid off the can and go to fixing what you want to eat for the day. Now then, if you're not concerned with weight, okay, there's an outfit called Survival Frog, Frog, and they have canned survival foods, kind of like those sea rations. They have canned beef, canned pork, canned chicken, of course, canned vegetables, and all their stuff is canned for a long, stable shelf life. Now, the things I'd mentioned to you before, the My Patriot Supply and Emergency Essentials, For Patriots, and Ready What, that is mainly freeze-dried food. It has almost an unlimited shelf life. So those are things you can buy, tuck them away, you don't have to worry about them again. Now, some people can't afford that stuff, and I understand it. Me and my wife, we budgeted for it. But if you can't, me and her also done this. You can stock away certain foods from the grocery store, and they would be just fine to take with you on a bug out, like Spam, okay, or tuna, or chicken. And not only can you ditch the can with these anymore, these come in pouches also. So super easy to pack, super easy to take. You can take some freeze-dried vegetables with you, and voila, you've got a meal with your water. Now, also, me and her also store and have stuff to take with us. One grocery name brand that me and her take is a thing called Bear Creek. Bear Creek soups. We take a lot of their soups. We have a lot of their soups put back because they are freeze-dried soups. And the only thing we have to do is add water. Any freeze-dried food is going to be your best bet. They're light, they pack well, and you don't have to worry about them. And then canned foods, of course, they're heavier, but they will work. And as a last resort, and I have these here, actually in my barn out here, I keep a 55-gallon drum full of ramen noodles, various kinds, and with vegetables, without vegetables, yada yada yada. But I keep those in case it gets so bad and I'm desperate for something that at least I've got something that will put a little filling into my stomach. So these are things to think about. These are things to plan and store back, because when the time needs to go, you want that bag already packed, ready to go, as light as you can physically make it, because remember, the water is going to be heavy. So we'll be talking about more things next week, and until then, this is Prepper Frank from Sage Creek Prepping, and we will see you next week. Thank you, and God bless.